concept was created with the hope of providing knowledge to people to learn how to survive in the current times we are in. You know, the difference between people who are succeeding and those who are not is what they know. What you know determines what life you will live. So if you don't have access to the right knowledge, you'll be missing out with what is trending now. Lately, it's been said that the year 2023 is going to be a year of a tough time for the society. People keep wondering what can be done in the times we are in. So we put up this conference to bring up speakers who have experience to share with the youth and upcoming society of what can be done so that you survive the times we are in. I mean, all is not lost. What we lack is the knowledge of how to survive the times we are in. So we came together to form a conference whereby we are combining motivation with empowerment and networking. Because we believe that these are the three basic things that one needs to succeed in any field they find themselves. When you have the right network to support you, you will definitely succeed. If you have the right empowerment to know about the finances, how to raise finances, things to do, the kind of businesses to do now, the kind of businesses to invest into, and the current times we are in, you come out hopeful. So this conference is just to give hope to people that it is still possible to make it in the times that we are in.
So what sets your conference apart from the other ones that have been held in the past? What makes this different? How is this going to impact people?
What makes ours different is that we are providing mentorship as an option as well. So with the motivation is with regards to the fact that if you follow someone who has already achieved success in the field you are interested in, it's a form of mentorship. So after the conference, we'll be launching our mentorship class, whereby those who join the class will have access to speakers, the speakers on this platform, and other speakers that will be brought on board regularly to help them develop their ideas and guide them throughout the year. So the conference doesn't end today. It's just the beginning of other things to happen. So whoever comes for the conference and signs up to the mentorship class will receive guidance and support right throughout the whole year until they're able to make something for themselves. That's what we are bringing as a different thing. It's not just going to be the usual talking, and then you go out. No, there's going to be follow-ups, monitoring to see how you've made progress from today. So those who came, they filled the form, and some we asked them areas that they want to develop. So based on the information they provided, we are going to use that to communicate to them and provide them support in those areas. So the conference is just the beginning of other great things to happen.
Thank you for your time.
I'm Daniel Fari from J&J, and looking at the speakers for this program, such as Professor Prof. Stephen A.G., I'm expecting to be highly educated because he's a very prominent person, and also I'm expecting to be motivated.
My name is Justina Isel. I'm from the Ghana Institute of Journalism. And as the theme depicted, I'm here to be motivated, to be empowered, and also to network with other people. I believe that the speakers have a great wealth of knowledge, and I'm also here to learn from their experience and also learn from the knowledge they will share. Thank you.
Before I go to the next speaker, I'd like to announce that there's a surprise for all of you. There's a surprise for all of you. So stay put. We'll go straight to the next speaker. Very, very soon. Wow, a lot has been said. Right, so to introduce him, his life can be described as one with a tough childhood, which we believe instilled in him discipline for hard work and financial management. He is currently the managing director of EDC Investment Limited. the asset management and wealth management business of the EcoBank Group. He currently supervises assets under the management of over 5 billion Ghana cedis. He has also worked extensively for the UNDP and the government of Ghana on the promoting private sector development programs. Beyond work, he has authored 4 books on wealth management and financial literacy, and he is also a sought-for speaker on these subjects on television and radio stations and several other fora and platforms in several countries. He holds an MBA in finance from the University of Ghana Business School. He has received training on strategic leadership at the Harvard Extension School, Harvard, USA. He has also received training in nimble leadership at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Sloan Executive Education, USA. He is a board member of the Church of Pentecost Chairman's Education Foundation. Paul is married to Linda, and God has blessed them with 4 sons and a daughter. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to speak on financial literacy, learning how to build your business plan, creating multiple sources of income, and running away from debt. Help me welcome our speaker, Mr. Paul Mante.
Oh, let's be seated, please. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's afternoon. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not feeling you. Let me see your hand if you are here. The place is too gentle and quiet. Okay, I'm excited to be here. And today happens to be a special day for me as well. It's my birthday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not somebody who likes celebrating birthdays. So my wife was like, Charlie, today let me do something for you. I went into an M.E.N ceremony this morning. And I said, I'm speaking in the program. She says, no. She didn't believe it. By the time we got home, she had organized food. My pastor, other people were there. I said, I'm sorry. I need to go speak. So I had to leave them because I think this is very important. Yeah, Counselor Linda says hi. Yeah, my wife is a very good friend to Counselor. I'll go straight to the point, and I believe that we will learn and interact on the subject matter. Very good. Let me ask a few questions and we proceed. Did you know that most of the things we buy and we call assets are normally liabilities? Yes or no? And did you know you could have very good academic results and have a good job but become financially poor? And did you know most employees cannot survive for 3 months without a paycheck? So now that important question. What is the important question? If you lost your job today, for how many months can you survive without salary? 1 month. Thank you for your honesty. Any other? 1 day. Why do you take by day? Any other? 1 week. Okay. But we want to get to a point when you are asked this same question, you can say for the rest of my life. It's as simple as that. We want to get to that point. A rich man once said, if you took all the money in the world and divided it equally among everybody, it will soon be back in the same pocket it was before. If you took all the money and divided it equally among everybody, it will soon be back in the same pocket it was before. And Robert Kiyosaki says, money is one form of power, but what is even more powerful is financial education. Money comes and money goes. But if you are financially literate, if you understand how money works, you can build a system where even when money goes, you can call money back. One of the things about financial literacy is the fact that you can be highly educated and be financially illiterate. And I've met people as an MBA, but financially illiterate. There are two important things you need when it comes to the journey towards finances. You need a God factor, very important. Beyond the God factor, you need appropriate information. I'm going to be focusing on the appropriate information, but I will just want to put on record that the God factor is important. We are not in church, but my foundational scripture, very important to our discussion, is Ephesians 3:20. The Bible says, now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine. My focus is on the imagination. Imagine according to his power that is at work within us. Other translation states that now to him who is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that we ask or imagine. Your mind, I need to see it. Hello? I almost said hallelujah. Your mind, I need to see it. You need to imagine that you will create wealth. You become financially independent. Are there some millionaires in the house? Where are they? Dollar or cedi? Okay. I like that. And I encourage you. I mean, Monday is a holiday. Tuesday, please make time. Go to where they sell some good car. Go and look at Mercedes. S-Class. Go around the car and ask questions. How much is it? Ask questions. Useful and useless questions. Just ask. And you open the door, you bang. You say, oh, yeah, start the car and let me see. Open the engine. When you finish, tell them I'm going. I shall return. The law of first creation states that everything is created twice. First mentally and second physically. Without the first creation, you cannot have the second creation. Your first $1 million must be created twice. I'm happy I've seen some friends here who have been following the things we've been teaching over the years. Look, there is a teacher I met 6 years ago. And this teacher took what we are discussing here serious. As I'm talking to you now, his monthly salary is 4,000 cedis, but his investment is generating average between 28 and 30,000 cedis every month. Every month. He's 42 years. The mind, I need to see it. If you are here, you don't believe it, you are right. It won't happen. If you are here, you believe it, you are also right. Traditionally, the thinking has been this: get a good education, find a good job with some secure benefit. You work till you are 60 and you get a good pension and you go and rest. This thinking belongs to the old school. It doesn't work in the year 2023 and beyond. In the year 2023 and beyond, the new way of thinking is you need to understand money. You need to be financially literate. You need to manage personal finances so that you are able to save. Savings means deferred consumption, money not spent. Not just saving, so that you are able to invest. If you defer consumption and you kept the money for 10 years, you will still count the same amount, but the purchasing power would have gone down. So you want to invest so that you can protect the value of your money. But the reason why you are investing is that you want to become financially independent. So you want to become financially literate so that you become financially independent. What does financial independence mean? It simply means you get to a stage in life where you can sustain your desired lifestyle without salary. Hello? Let me break it down. So, for example, if you needed 10,000 cedis every month for your desired lifestyle, what it means is that you need 120,000 a year. That is 10,000 multiplied by 12 months. Is that correct? Or give me feedback. Is that correct? Now, if you have investment of just 1 million Ghana cedis, and you can get an average of 18% on your million, that average of 18% will be 180,000 cedis a year. If you divided that by 12, your investment is going to give you 15,000 cedis a month. Are you with me? So you need 10,000 cedis. Your investment is giving you 15,000 cedis. Which one is higher? The 15K. So at the end of the month, you can live your desired lifestyle and you still have excess of 5,000 that is reinvested. That means at the end of the year, your 1 million will grow by 60,000. That is the excess of 5,000 cedis every month that you haven't used. When you get to this stage, then we say you are financially independent. And my prayer is that everybody here will be financially independent. It's not rocket science. But financial independence begins with these two beliefs, and we want to declare it together. Belief number one is that my financial independence, my financial future is going to be better than the present. Can we declare it together? Number two, can we declare it together? Good. So I'll walk you through about 6 keys very quickly. 6 keys very quickly that will help you become financially literate and become financially independent. To make the session a bit more engaging, I like Prof said, I've been teaching. I stopped recently, but I've been teaching for like 10 years. So side hustle, KNUST, executive MBA. So I teach, and when you make money, is project work. When you do project work supervision, it's good. So I am a teacher and I want to carry you along. So to make the class a bit more engaging, we'll rehearse the keys together. So key number one is take a decision to become financially independent. Can we take it together? I need energy from you. Can we take it together? Because poverty and riches are both based on decisions. If you don't decide to be rich, you'll be poor. Thank God for prayer and fasting, but you can pray and fast and still die of hunger. If it were not the case, the so-called prayer warriors will be the richest in the world. Don't get me wrong, I believe in prayer, but I believe in planning, I believe in hard work. Hello? Who said money is not important? When the car says, Papa, this life is not all about money, but money must be understood. In fact, almost everything physical can be answered with money. Money will give you the ability to do more things. And more things here means more things. Including more things. Imagine more things. Money does more things. If we have a genset, we'll continue. If we don't have a genset, we cannot continue. You know, money will give you, as they try to help us, let's flow. Money will give you access to better healthcare facilities. You know that? You know that? Owo bi wo ha ye preventable owo. And money can even make marriage and relationship better. True of us. Oh, counselor is here. Counselor, true of us. I was sharing somewhere. A lady lifted the hand in the midst of the presentation. I said, Mr. Mante, I want to say something. I said, yes, what is it? I said, Mr. Mante, even romance without money is equal to annoyance. He's right, eh? She's right. Women don't eat, I love you. One woman said, Mr. Mante, yeah, ma, we are better man we need sika yeah until and money will give you access to better educational opportunities. One of the stories I will never forget, the year 2009, I shared with some young people in the camp. I spoke on the subject matter, see you at the top. Fire them up. I finished, a young lady walks to me and says, sir, I want to be your friend. I want you to mentor me. I said, young lady, don't worry. She took my number. She said, I'm in secondary school. I'm so fired up. I'll make 8A1s. I'll make you proud based on what you have shared with us. Results came. She made 8A1s. What do you want to be? I want to be a medical doctor. Bought forms for KNUST. The admission comes. Her name is not on the list. We followed up. We are told if she's willing to be a fee-paying student, she will be admitted. How much was the school fees? About 3,000 cedis or so at that time. But the mother calls me and says, Mr. Mante, I am a single mother. I've lost my husband. I have 4 children. There is no way I can raise this money. That young lady was home when the school reopened. She made 8A1s. Anybody I knew, I sent her results to the person. Charlie, help this daughter for me. Help this daughter for me. I have some friends connected to Otunfuo's Palace. They managed to pull a few strings. We got some letter to intervene. That young lady had a late admission. Today, as I'm talking to you now, she's a medical doctor. Got married 2 years ago. And anytime I remember that young lady, one statement comes to mind. Poverty can make nonsense of intelligence. Poverty can make nonsense of intelligence. Some of the people who sell dog chains on our street are potential engineers. I'm working on a publication, and last night I was reviewing, and I remember the story. I just remembered of my wife's uncle shared with us. He went to the village for a weekend funeral, decided to stay on till the Monday. Are we going to have the light? So, are we going to have the projection? They are working on it, okay. So stays on Monday morning, he sees a young man around the house. Hey, now we go school in Amphia. So my secondary school now. If you ain't me papa do or say me no. Where we school eh? Oh boys, oh ampa. Why banos? Oh we are me found. I win me. Goes to bring the result. The result didn't look bad for that boy in the village. So he calls Kofra Wawufobra. Meshana Manako school. Munkoto forms. Bought KNUST, got admission. This man paid the school fees. That guy graduated with first class honors. Immediately graduated, he got a scholarship to the US. And he said, Mr. Mante, Sika Mesewon, who Emro scholarship, was his plane ticket one way and gave him $500 because the scholarship came with some allowance. As the day we visited him, that guy was on a scholarship pursuing his PhD with a monthly stipend of $4,000. Why the car says, Papa? The Bible even says in Proverbs 22:7 that the rich rule over the poor and the borrower is a servant to the lender. The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is a servant to the lender. Let me give you one more. Proverbs 19:7. Proverbs 19:7. The Bible says the poor are shunned by all their relatives. How much more do their friends avoid them? Though the poor pursue them with pleading, they are nowhere to be found. Proverbs 19:7. Let me just add one more and I'll proceed. And this one you can laugh over it. Those who are familiar with the story of Joseph in the Bible, when his brothers went to Egypt, they met him and he asked that they go and bring his father. When they went, they reported Genesis 45:27, and they told Jacob all the words of Joseph, which he had said unto them. And when their father, when he saw the wagons will represent the V8 of our time. When he saw the wagons which Joseph had sent to carry him, the spirit of Jacob, their father, revived. When he saw the wagons, his spirit revived. Who said money is not important? 3 things will hinder you from taking off. 1 is procrastination. Number 2 is excuses. And number 3 is blame. We need to deal with these 3 self-imposed limitations.
It's procrastination. 2 is excuses and 3 is blame. We need to deal with these 3 things. How many of you are ready to make money? You need to make money. So, pack those 2 things in your life. 1, money helps you to live an efficient life. Then the reason why you need to make money, it's not just that accumulating that you have $1 million, you have $1 million, but you can be more efficient at your living.
How many have washed this morning? How many did washing this morning? Okay. You watched this morning. Please be up, standing. How much time did you use washing? Getting to an hour. Okay. Who and who did you wash for? Just for yourself. And you use almost an hour. So imagine a woman washing for herself, the husband, and 3 children. How many hours would that woman use? 3 hours. 3 hours. So if that woman has a washing machine, a washing machine that can wash and dry, how many hours will she need? Even the 35 minutes, she must not be by the machine. She pushes the things in and she can be doing other things. If you don't have money, you waste time. Doing unnecessary things. Hello, are you with me? Are you with me? Okay, let's proceed. Key number 2, so we can finish quickly, is plan your finances. Can we take it together? As As we go through the journey of life, every stage in the journey of life requires some planning. Young, old, student requires planning. And you plan for anything that is important to you. But 5 important areas I want to touch on. One is retirement, old age. And I know a number of people cannot relate. But whether you like it or not, you grow old. So you better plan for it. Look at Joe, who is 30 years and starts putting 500 cedis away every month at 18% compounded quarterly. By the time Joe is 60 years, total amount invested is 180,000. Value of the 180,000 will be 6.5 million cedis. Compared to Mike, who decides to start at age 45 and put 1,000 cedis away every month. By the time Mike is 60, he would also have invested 180,000 just like Joe, but Mike will end up with less than $1 million. They both invest 180,000. One has 6.5 million, another has a little over 800,000. What is the difference? One started early. The younger you are, the easier it becomes. If you plan for your old age, you can enjoy your old age. One of my clients, I remember, retired, came to the office, asked me to come home. And I went home and he had one simple question. My money with you, check for me. How much interest do I make every month? I check. Guess how much he was making every month? Any guess? Anybody? He was making 60,000 cedis every month. 60K. So I said 60,000. He said, very good. Then he said, from this month, pay 30,000 into my account every month. I asked him 30,000 for what? He said for chopping. And at the moment, he takes about 45,000 cedis or so every month. He's on retirement. So plan for old age. The other area you need to plan for is housing. And I'll go very straight to the point. Please don't confuse dream house with the first house. You want to build your first house as a young man. Don't go and build this. You will never finish. This is a 7-bedroom house. The complication is, if you are not a businessman, you will use between 10 to 20 years to build this house. And by the time you are done with this house, all your children are gone already. And the thing is, 7-bedroom house. What is the average number of children we are giving birth to today? Average. 3. And somebody even saying 2. Meanwhile, I have 4. Whether 2 or 3 or 4, you don't need 7-bedroom house. This is called a dream house. Let it remain your dream. What you need is your first house. A 3-bedroom house. It's as simple as that. Anybody in this room, once you have a plot of land and you start this property, within 5 years you can put it in a state you can move in. Hello? If you don't believe it, you are right. If you believe it, you are right. You don't need more than 3,000 blocks to build this. How much is a block of cement, a cement block now? How much they sell it? 6.5. Make it 7 cedi. 7 by 3,000 is what? 21,000. So effectively, if you have 20,000 cedis, you can buy all the blocks you need. Where you have a challenge will be the foundation. The other place you have a challenge will be the roofing. But once you put a roof on the house, whether it is plastered or not plastered, painted or not painted, it's a house. Moving. The rest you do it little by little. Look, a number of young people who have come to us for counseling, one of the days we dedicate it to financial planning. And I am happy to tell you that people come for counseling. Within 2 years, 3 years, they have finished their first house. The thing is in the mind. The third area of planning is the children's education. Once you have children, plan and give them quality education. Very important. Fourth area of planning is giving back. The Lord blesses us also to be a blessing. Give to the church. This is an important program. Give to support programs like this. Put a smile on the less privileged. Are you with me? Hello, are you with me? I have 4 biological children. I have 3 non-biological with me in my house. One has lived with me for 19 years. So, God can use you to change the life of somebody. So giving back is very important. And the 5th area of planning is what I call high life. Somebody say with me, high life. Oh, come on, say with me, high life. High life simply means you make money at chop some. Some of your life be some way. Oh, then the plan is every day you are planning to look. Plan for tomorrow, but enjoy today. Take a vacation, do something. When you look at the average couple in Ghana, especially the Christians, their whole marital life is like a triangle. Church, work, home. Church, work, home. Church, work, home. 15 years, church, work, home. 30 years, church, work, home. Retirement. When they go on retirement, it's straight line. Church, home, church. There is no vacation. There is no enjoyment. There is no weekend out of home. It's Sakura life. So I want to encourage you, as much as we talk about planning for retirement and housing and all that, plan for enjoyment. You are the guy working at, are you with me? Once in a while, go and do something crazy. Go to Dubai, go and do some desert safari. If you are daring, go and do skydiving. Go do something you haven't done before. Hello? Are you with me? You don't like this one? I remember I was in a church in Kumasi. I said, young men here, learn to take your wives out on vacations. I saw a lady holding a gentleman's ear. Phone. Once in a while, take your beloved out to a good restaurant to go and eat. Your life is some way. They will bring you a good bill. Don't worry. The two of you, they may bring you a bill, 2,000 cedis. When they bring you that bill, you may feel dizzy small, but Charlie, it's you. You'll be confused whether it's 200 or 2,000. Key number 3 is pay yourself and invest all wind force. Can we take it together? We work hard, we make money, but look at what happens. We make money only to distribute the money. So a lot of us make money. Once we make money, we start. Landlord, Ghana Water, ECG, M.E.N, Vodafone, this and that. Once the salary is all gone, you ask yourself one important question. What is today's date? And then you will look forward to the next payday. One of the dangers in life is when you know you'll be paid at the end of the month. Because when you are spending, you know that in the worst case, another salary will come at the end of the month. And so people work hard and they are never investing. They are never securing their future. And a lot of them will tell you that it's because the salary is not enough. But let me tell you, there is a law called the Parkinson Law. The Parkinson Law explains why most people will retire poor, even after earning substantial income through their working years. The Parkinson Law states that no matter how much people earn, they will always adjust their lifestyle to match their salary. So as salary is increasing, people are adjusting lifestyle. I recommend the 10-20-70 principle. You pay your tithe of 10% if you believe in tithing. If you don't, give 10% to society. By all means, give a portion of your income out. But a minimum of 20% of every earnings must go into investment for yourself. Minimum 20%. This is something I've taught over the years. There is a gentleman I had lunch with this week. I met him about 10 years ago, spoke in his program like this, followed up to the office. We started planning. I met him this week. At the moment, his investment is 5.7 million cedis, making a little over 90,000 cedis every month as interest. How did he do it? He doesn't have a side hustle. He does investment full time. And he's doing 30%, 40%, 30%, 40% of his salary. And that is how he's built it. And invest all windfalls. A windfall is any money you haven't budgeted to receive, because you live your life without that money. The accounts have a proverb. They say, only the wise bite bones out of eggs. Look at me. I never forget this. Within every income, there is food and there is seed within the income. It is only the food in the income that is for consumption. The seed is for planting. But the pathetic story is that a number of people consume both the food and the seed in the income. And the only way you can overcome this is to watch your spending habit. From today, anytime you are spending, ask yourself, do I really need this? Your salary must dictate what you eat, not your appetite. Your income must dictate what you eat. There is an income level you can do kimpiski every day, you'll be fine. There is an income level you do cocoa with kose, you also be fine. One of the rules in your journey towards financial independence is that don't be in competition with anybody. Don't live your life to please anybody. Watch spending habit, watch utilities, water. These are simple things you may take for granted. Please don't borrow to consume. You borrow to do things that will bring back money. You don't borrow to go and buy a television. You borrow to buy a television. Anytime you are watching the television, it's your future you are watching. I'm serious. You don't borrow for a wedding. Avoid impulse buying. Avoid the impression mentality. Stop throwing away leftover food. Anytime you throw away leftover food, it is money you are throwing away. I manage a company that is into investment. By the grace of God, we meet a number of rich men here and there. I've never met any rich man who is wasteful. Not one. Not one. You'll be surprised you visit a multi-millionaire, dollar millionaire, and the wife can come and ask you that, Mr. Mante, yanwa ampesie, oniaba, ubedi. Mampa chwai, nensana hina ubedi. Too much. It's not too much. The rich cook knowing those who eat. The poor cook before we think about those who eat. And when you visit the rich, look at how they even serve you. If it is, they don't dish out food. Oh. If it is rice, you dish yourself. So empty plate, rice is there, stew is there. They say serve yourself. It's a lie. Because they are there, they are watching you. You are a visitor. You take one, two. You say, oh, where nobody? You know, say, "Cram yes, let me cause one yes." Go to the market with a shopping list. Go to the mall with a shopping list. Get the whole family involved. Look, pay attention to every person because it matters. Key number 4, rushing through a bit so that we don't take too much time. We're already behind schedule. Create your own money machine. Can we take it together? There is a point where you work for money, but there must be a point you create a machine that creates money for you. 3 types of automatic money machines I want you to apply your minds to. 1 is paper asset, 2 is properties, 3 is business. When I talk about paper asset as a money machine, I'm basically talking about simple things like treasury bills, treasury bonds, fixed deposit, mutual funds, unit trust, provident fund, buying shares, investing in a rural bank. These are simple things. The reason why we call them paper assets is that when you put money there, the only thing you get is a paper. But the money works for you. And I love paper assets. I love paper assets because they are quiet. If you don't tell anybody about it, nobody knows. So your money can be working for you. And I have clients. I have a client who is 93 at the moment. He only lives on the return on his investment. Hello. Is it not beautiful? Some come to the front desk. The lady at the front desk doesn't even know the man. So I'm here to see Mr. Mante. Mr. Mante, then we'll write a letter, pay 200,000 cedi. I remember one Friday night I spent with my wife with one of my clients at his resort. That evening when we were talking, that man was making the equivalent monthly interest of $80,000. It's in Ghana. So people have said it's very simple, and I encourage you pay attention to it. And never forget this. Let's take this together, starting from salary. 1 go. Can we take it together? 1 go. Because if you don't find the other automatic money machine is property or real estate. The only thing I want to say about this is it's overhyped. Real estate, if you don't get the location right, it's a complete waste of money. It comes with some major challenges: low occupancy, destructive tenant, low rental income, deterioration and refurbishment, among others. I know somebody who spent $80,000 on a property. Monthly rental income on the first rent was 500 cedis a month, because the house was at the wrong place. So if you want to look at real estate, it's about location, location, location. The third one is business owner. Business owner. Isaiah 60:11, the Bible says, your gates, it's plural, will always stand open. They will never be shut day or night, so that people may bring you the wealth of the nations. Your gates, you need to have gates through which people walk through to bring you wealth. And you create businesses. You see, there are 4 sources of income: employee, self-employed, business owner, investor. The worst among the 4 is employee. The money is here: business owner and investor. The least you can do is to be a business owner. Money itself is irrational. If you are not proactive about money, you won't get money. Hello, are you with me? Are you with me? How many of you are either Muslims or Christians? Let me see by hands. I see a few more. Okay. Oh, so almost everybody. We are very religious people, and sometimes, Counselor, that is where our problem is. And I will demonstrate it. Young woman, be my friend. Yes. What's your name? Oh, you don't want to? Okay, another. I want a friend, a lady. Okay. Yes. No, you don't have to come. You can be there. I want us to demonstrate something. Don't worry. I don't know why. No, be up, be up, be up. I want us to learn something right now. Young woman, how much is this amount? Sorry? 50 cedis. What's your name? Sally. Okay. So, guys, watch me. Sally, I want to give you this 50 Ghana cedis. Shout and say, I receive it. Oh, you are not shouting enough. Sally, shout and say, I receive it. Sally, I want to give you this 50 Ghana. Shout and say, I receive it. Sally, I want to give you this 50 Ghana cedis. Shout and say, I receive it. Sally, I want to give you this 50 Ghana cedis. Shout and say, I receive it. Sally, shout and say, I receive it. Sally, I want to give you this 50 Ghana. Shout. Wait, come back. I want you to learn something from Sally right now. Your behavior is the typical Ghanaian. Look, she was there. You people were forcing her. You were pushing her. She wasn't even coming. Two of us. When she was saying, go, 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 you were there. And people were saying, go. Even when you came here, I'm holding the thing. You are still standing by me saying, I receive it. People believe in our understanding of religion is a misunderstanding, where we think God will do the things we need to do for ourselves. So God will always do his part, but we don't act to claim it. So you could have said, I receive it till tomorrow. Nothing would have happened. You can even fast and pray. Nothing will happen until you make a move. You are a bit radical. And I want to encourage you after today. You need to step out of this room and be a bit radical. Your nose must smell money and opportunities. And you go grab the opportunities. Are you with me? If you are not proactive, you cannot make money. Number 5, create multiple streams of income. Can we take it together? Next slide, Eric. So I will touch on, in 3 minutes, I'll touch on some practical things you can go and do. Just to add to the point Prof made. Everybody in this room, I give you 2 years. You need to have at least 8 sources of income. 2 years, you need to have at least 8. Number 1, salary. Number 2, you can rent out wheelbarrows. Number 3, real estate for rental. Number 4, you can do baking. I actually know a bank manager who runs a bakery. Number 5, you can run a restaurant. Number 6, a car washing bay. Number 7, you can start a school. Prof started a school right in his house. Number 8, poultry. 9, laundry. 10, own a hotel or guest house. 11, waste collection. 12, write a book for primary school children. 13, write an inspirational book. 14, breeding dogs. Writing an ebook. Start a blog. YouTubing. 17, there is a lady I mentor. I've mentored the last 4 years. She's a YouTuber at the moment. Last year, she made about $210,000. 18, sell flowers and beautification plants. 19, own a towing vehicle. 20, create an online course. 21, teach for extra income. Sell diapers. 22, diapers you will always sell because people will always get pregnant. Even here, somebody is pregnant right now as we are here. 23, owning a barbering salon. 24, plant farming. Income from public speaking, gardening, car rentals, renting for events, that is chairs, tables, among others. Renting out an event ground right in your house. Event coordinator, renting of mobile phones, interior decor, freelance editing, proofreading. A lady who does my proofreading for me, solid. You can be in a queue for 3 months, 4 months to get to your 10. And she charges per page. But when she finishes editing, you know that you didn't go to school. Solid. All she has is her laptop. That is all. 34, photography. A medical doctor friend of mine is now a photographer. 35, videography. 36, molding of ice block. Become a counselor, web designer, DJ, MC. Eric. Yeah. Poetry, singing, comedy. There is a medical doctor who is a comedian now. Animal breeding. Selling building materials, owning a photography studio, healthy food joints, selling fruit and vegetables, selling home appliances, constructing for others, and we can go on and on and on and on. My point is that there are too many opportunities around us. Everybody needs to have multiple streams of income. Is it possible or is it not possible? Are we going to make it or who make it? Think of your income as a table. If a table that has one leg is somebody who relies on only a single income. When that one leg breaks, what will happen? But if you have multiple legs, when one leg breaks, what happens? You may wobble a bit, but you keep standing. Having multiple streams of income is a necessity and not a luxury. Not everybody can run a side hustle, but everybody can invest. The least you can do is to invest to create an additional income. This is the hard truth. If your salary is your only source of income, you are a step away from poverty. The least you can do is to invest to create an additional income. The last thing I want to share with you is launch Operation 1 million. Can we take it together? Your energy is gone. Can we take it together? Operation 1 million simply means everybody here needs to make at least 1 million Ghana cedis. Minimum 1 million Ghana cedis. Look at this table. How many of us here can invest 5 cedis every day? 5 cedis a day. Okay, almost everybody. That's 150 cedis a month. If you can do 5 cedis a day at 18% compounded quarterly, treasury bill rate at the moment is 35%. If you can use 18% within 27 years, you make 1.1 million. How many can do 10 cedis a day? That is 300 a month. Within 23 years, 1.1. 600 a month, 19 years. 1,000, 16 years. 1,005, 14 years. 3,000 a month, 11 years. 6,000 a month, 8 years. You make 1.2 million. Everybody will find your level somewhere. The challenge is that a lot of people will tell you, oh, that thing is too far. Oh, 20 years is too far. That is sometimes our problem. And it's the reason why people will do all kinds of underhand dealings. Because people are not patient. Wealth is created little by little over time. How many of us know President J. Kufuor? Do you know the year he became the president of Ghana? Which election? 2000. How many years ago? How many years ago? 23 years. Okay. That is how time flies. And you build it through little by little, and the power of compounding. When you invest and you don't take the interest also makes interest. And with more time, all the interest will be making interest. Whilst the principal is making interest, and with time, all the new interest makes interest. And the interest on the interest makes interest. And the interest on the interest on the interest makes interest. Whilst the original interest is making interest, and the interest on the interest is making interest, and the principal is making interest, and all the new interest makes interest. And very soon, operation. Look at 100 cities a month. Within 30 years, you have 1.3 million cities. Even though the actual amount invested in 30 years is 36,000, interest on the 36 is 1.2 million. Look at 500 cities a month. Look at that. Within 20 years, you cross 1 million. Within 30 years, you have 6.5 million. Look at 2,000 a month. Within 10 years, 642,000. Within 15 years, 1.7 million. Within 25 years, 10.7 million. Within 30 years, 26 million. Let's move. Look at 500, but we change the narrative a bit. This time around, we are growing the 500 by 10% every year. So next year, it will be 550. The following year, 605. Every year, we top up by 10%. Within 20 years, it's 1.8 million. Within 30 years, you're looking at 12 million. Everybody can make at least 1 million cities. I started talking about Operation 1 million in 2016, and I'm happy to say that between 2016 and now, people who started the journey, a number of them have crossed 1 million, including that teacher who is making about 30,000 cities a month at the moment. The thing is in the mind. Is it possible or is it not possible? Is it possible or is it not possible? If you push yourself, you can make it. Eric, let's go. Let's go because we don't have time. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, go back. And let me give them just this one example and we proceed. Go back. 50K. Look, if you are doing 50K lump sum plus 1,000 every month, and you are growing 1,000 by 10% every year, within 15 years, you cross 2 million. Go. Go, 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 go. Yeah. But you got to start early. You got to go back. Go back. I think this is an important slide. Haircut or no haircut. If you pick the EDC fixed income fund, for example, from the inception, the fund has generated an average of 21% every year. And I've been using 18% for the analysis. So we are in a turbulent time, but don't make permanent decisions based on 6 months of economic challenges. Eric, let's go. And I'm done. Anything is achievable. Financial independence is possible. These are 4 pictures taken at the same place. 1990, 2003, 2007, 2017. This is the city of Dubai. That is the ruler of Dubai. Go back. Can you imagine that? How many here have been to Dubai before? If you haven't been there, you have to be there. So you see what human beings have done. You see what human beings have done in 30 years. Go back, continue. This guy has a book entitled My Vision. And you need to read that book. In that book, he will tell you all you have seen in Dubai is the beginning of what we want to do. Anything is achievable. If this guy has done it, my point is that it is possible if you apply your mind to it. Of course, those who want to take this knowledge to another level have authored 4 books. We have 3 of the books displayed behind. In Foundation for Financial Independence, there are 16 keys. Financial independence is possible, another 16 keys. And this is Operation 1 million, how to make your first million. David Chilton, the wealthy Baba, says, the best time to plant an oak tree is 20 years ago, and the next best time is now. And I say the best time you should have taken the decision to become financially independent was 20 years ago, and the next best time is I am done, but let me use a minute to just share a story and I'll hand over to you. A few years ago, I needed to go and do some work around the country. Watch me. And I was going to Kumasi, Takrady, Cape Coast and back. So I went by road. But I went with the Land Cruiser V8. And the color was black. So from Accra to Kumasi, at the point the policemen, they were stopping all the cars. When we got there, we saw the policemen signaling us. So I asked the driver that, but he's stopping everybody. Why is he asking us to go? The driver said, oh, it's because of the black Land Cruiser. And I said, what has the black Land Cruiser done? He said, oh, that's what the president and the ministers, they use. So if it's black Land Cruiser, I said, stop telling me this Anansi story. Are we streaming live? Okay. So I'll tell you something offline. But so I said, stop telling me this Anansi story. It cannot be possible. He said, oh, boss, it's true. I didn't believe it. So we spent 3 days in Kumasi. We are going to Takwa. I'm tired, so I must sleep. And I had the driver calling Mr. Mante, Kwenuku, meaning look at something. I opened my eyes. We were approaching a police barrier. And he said, oh, Nake, Mafia Mombu Efai, black Land Cruiser Samba. You see the policemen, everybody is wearing their berets where they are not sure who is coming. So the address, I said, hey, then the thing may be true. True. We got to the police barrier and the policeman. And yours truly, I was sitting at the bus. I also lifted my hand like that. Regional minister for one day. So we got to Takwa and I, networking. I believe in networking. So anytime I travel, I network. So I went to Takwa. I called a friend that I'm in town. Let's have lunch. So he sees me, he calls me Osofu. So Osofu, black Land Cruiser, it does magic. I said, why? He said, I drove my car from Takwa to Takrady and flew from Takrady to Accra. I was doing a return journey. When I was returning in the late afternoon, I missed my flight. Stranded at Kotoka, I didn't know what to do. So he says, I called a friend. And the friend said, no problem. I'll get my driver to fetch you to Takrady. So he was at the airport when the driver came. And the driver came with the Land Cruiser. And the color was black. So he opens the front door to sit down. The driver said, no, Land Cruiser. You don't sit at the front. Go to the back. So he goes to the back, straps his seatbelt, and driver turn. Where did my boss say I should take you to? He said, Takrady. Driver says, no problem. Today, I will show you the power of black Land Cruiser. And they left the airport at 5 p.m. Kotoka. And the driver put on the hazard. Osi Jano Ohubida. He was just praying that, God, my children are young. Rather, my young do as They left Kotoka at 5 p.m. Exactly at 7 p.m. 2 hours, they were at Takrady. So from Accra to Takrady, one more. 7 p.m. Driver stops and says, we are in Takrady in 2 hours. I told you today, I'll show you the power of black Land Cruiser. Please get down. I'm going back to Accra. May you go and make money. I said, may you go and make money. Are there some millionaires in the house? Go and make money. When you make money, don't forget to give back to society. Bless somebody. And please, when you make money, chop some and buy a good car. In buying a good car, if you decide that you want to buy a Land Cruiser, then you have to remember that the color must be.
Thank you very much. A round of applause. Wow. Have you been blessed? There's power packed. Today, you can't live here the same. You make sure that you put some money down for a rainy day. Mr. Mante,
Yes, sir.
you and I will have a discussion.
No problem.
Yeah. You and I will have a discussion. Because the metrics I'm seeing here, it means that if I have to start something, I've started something though, but I have to do more. Yeah, do more. And you see my brother-in-law, you have to speak to him too.
Well, I think that we should think multiple streams of income. we should think multiple streams of income. When you look at the current challenges and you backtrack a bit and you look at the challenges COVID came with, you realize that our world is entering into a space where there are a lot of uncertainties. So the youth, we should all be thinking about how we can create multiple streams of income. If you have a salary, that is great, but don't limit your income to a salary. You can do some investment on the side that could generate some additional income. If your time will allow you to do some side hustling, definitely do it. I mean, I know a banker who is also a DJ. So this is a banker who is doing 8 to 5, but also may be a DJ at the close of day. I know a lady with 3 master's degrees who is a big corporate woman who is also into interior decor on the side as a side hustling. So we want to encourage the youth to think multiple streams of income. What I will caution against is using your employer's time to do your side business, because that's unprofessional, that is unchristian, that is unethical. So you never use your employer's time or resources to do your own thing. But definitely, if your time allows you to do something on the side, we encourage the youth to think multiple streams of income.
Okay, so with the people in the market, how can we get them, the market women, people who make less than 1,000 a month, how are they able to scale up? What did you say they should do?
Start small, but think big. So you may be selling on the table, but think beyond selling on the table. You need to ask yourself, how can I move the business to the next level? So I would say start small, but think big. When a child is born, and after 2 years, after 3 years, the child is in the same state as he or she was born on day one, we all say that there's a problem with that child. In the same way, if you're running a business and in 2 years, in 5 years, you are still in the same state you were in, then it's a problem. So business must grow with time. So I would say that let's start small, but let's think big.
So what are the tools you would advise that person utilizes for that position?
Well, I mean, so for a typical market woman, one of the things that is missing is record keeping. I would want to advise that they keep proper records so that you can even measure your profit. And I also advise that even if you work for yourself, put yourself on a salary. It doesn't matter how small the salary is. So you don't end up in a situation where people will always, they want to buy something, they pick part of their sales to buy. Try to separate yourself from the business. See the business as a separate entity from yourself. So you're on a salary, so you can allow the business to grow with time. And of course, we talked about networking this morning. It's important. You can't survive in business, you can't grow your business if you don't understand the concept of networking. Networking simply means connecting to other people and being relevant to them. One of the new dimensions of leadership and one of the new dimensions of business is networking. We need to learn to build networks, and based on the network, we can scale up and grow our businesses.